Okay, so this is part 3 of multiple videos that I'm uploading about my journey. So that quote that I said at the beginning, right? Sometimes when you're in a dark place, you think you've been buried, but what if you've actually been planted? I want you to realize that you can grow what you go through, right? You can grow where you are planted, grow through what you go through. It's a choice. Plants can literally grow through the cracks in concrete. They do all the time in New York City, honey. Have you read A Tree Grows in Brooklyn? The biggest thing is you can't change what has happened to you, but you can change how you look at it and your perspective. But the first step is acceptance, right? So stop wasting your energy and time on trying to get back to who you were. Accept this new version of you, how it's going to look different, how it's going to be, it's going to look different. Your healing journey, your growth, all of that is going to look different, like way different than you think, right? Accept it. Allow it to be what it is. Stop trying to force something that is not meant to be. Just let it be, just let it be. Stop trying to control everything. You cannot control everything. I used to be a control freak, and now I'm just like a go with the flow freak now, because I realize I have no control over it. I really don't. The only thing I have control over is myself, right? So some other things, just to reflect on: the day you plant the seed is not the day that you pick the fruit, hon. So it takes time. You have to water yourself. There are multiple things that I could say in reference to that, but I'll probably end this whole entire video on the sunflower quote that I read months ago that I absolutely love. So going back to the podcast, right? The podcast with Mel Robbins and Dr. Tara. One of the things that they talked about was, Mel asked her, was like, how do you not lose hope? Because she's a cardiologist. She works in this profession where she gives these diagnoses to people where, they don't have long to live, or, they were diagnosed with something that was life altering, right? Like Parkinson's and stuff. Like, how do you still have hope in those moments, And her advice was, you have to find hope in the small moments every single day. Small moments of joy, looking for the one thing that exists in the future. You might not be able to see it tangibly, but believing in that and knowing it's going to get better. Look for the good. Tell more stories of hope and share it with those around you. Those are really important, the connections that you share. But find your community of your people, right? Find your tribe. Like, the number one research study that they have out is the quality of your life depends on the quality of your relationships, right? A meaningful, purposeful life is really dependent on the relationships that you have and you foster. So, your purpose is your lighthouse. That is something that she closed with in her book. Why are you doing what you do? I always said this in the Fire Academy, and this is what helped get me through my hardship, was when the why is clear, the how is easy. And let me tell you, that was transformative for me. So to go back to why I applied to the firehouse in the first place, right? I'm going to share with you a little part of my journey. And this was a book that my recruiting team gave me when I got accepted in the Fire Academy. And this is what is in my book, right? When I open it, when the why is clear, the how is easy. So I got my acceptance letter May 5th, 2023. And I asked myself this question: what is your why, Kim? This isn't about me. It's about helping someone on their worst day. It is my purpose to serve, to make someone's day better, even if it's their worst day of their life. I'm not doing this for money. Yeah, it'll help me build stability, but this is so much bigger than me. It's showing up even when the going gets tough. Remembering why you're doing what you're doing, Kim, is really important. This is what discomfort looks like. Even if it's scary at first, but once you lean into it and not run away from it, you'll find true strength, grit, resilience, and what it takes to be someone you've worked so hard to become. The new you will always have to let go of the things, thoughts, and people and places that are no longer serving you or holding you back. This is about doing your best in this academy, Kim, so you can show up prepared for somebody's worst day, lean into your training, save lives, and look out for your fellow brothers and sisters in uniform so we can all go home at the end of the day. I want to achieve the unthinkable, accomplish what few won't, wear the uniform with pride, to stay humble every step of the way. Kim, remember that this is the start of something incredible. Lean into the fear, accept what is. Know you can only control your reaction, attitude, and perspective. You cannot control what life throws you or how people respond to you. But it is an option to show up as your best self for those around you and those you love and serve with. If you fail, know that no matter when you fail, that it's only a part of life. It's a part of the learning process, growing and becoming a better version of you. Embrace the failure. Embrace the lessons. In October of 2020, I wrote this on an index card in basic training. This was my dream sheet. I want to be more financially stable, own my own house, work as a firefighter, paramedic, become a flight nurse eventually, have my master's, bachelor's in exercise sport science or exercise physiology, get NSCA, tactical strength and conditioning facilitator certified. That was always on my dreams sheet. Back in 2017, I was enrolled at Towson University studying exercise sport science with my minor in psychology. Did some work on lining up my values with my goals because I was feeling lost, confused, and depressed. So these were some of the things that I wrote down. Get back into EMT firefighting. Consider my options in the military. Volunteer and serve my community at least once a month. Crazy, right? As your definition of success changes, so does your personal values. Interesting. My values have shifted over the years, only to help me see more clearly what my present and future look like. Happiness and joy are all a state of mind. Slowing down to be present and breathe are all important aspects in stress relief. So, some of my values, right? These are just some of my values. Continuous self-improvement, also teaching others what I know and sharing the knowledge that I have. My health and wellness are very important to me. Eating to live and focusing on performance and not just lifting heavy. I want to perform at a high level in and outside of the gym and also be able to do my job well. Teamwork oriented. It's not just about me, but about us and what we can accomplish together. # teamwork makes the dream work. Very family and friend oriented. I honor those I love and building strong relationships with friends to feel and build strong relationships with friends that feel like family. I value deep connections and deep conversations. I care deeply for others. I empathize and I'm very compassionate and understanding. I value professionalism and showing up and looking the part. I would never tell somebody to do something that I don't do myself. I'm generous and good-hearted, optimistic and resilient. I remember when I was at New Jersey, I gave my last $20 to this homeless woman. And I was like, she needs it more than I do. Well, couldn't get into the club that night. That's okay. It wasn't about that. I knew she needed money more than I did. I've always had firefighter, EMT, paramedic on all my goal sheets. Just looking back makes me realize even more that this has always been on my radar. I just never gave myself permission to believe I could actually accomplish those far-fetched dreams I set. Now I give myself permission. I give you permission, Kim. You deserve this. You can accomplish this and will accomplish this. You can do hard things. You got this. I believe in you. I believe in your ability to become someone that you're proud of. Accomplishing this won't make you any more worthy of love, acceptance, or praise. This is about fulfilling your purpose, not proving to yourself or anyone else, but you are deserving of feeling proud of yourself right now. for all that you've accomplished thus far, and for being who you are. It's beautiful inside and out. You're going to make a difference. You already have, Kim. And don't underestimate your impact on this world and those around you. Keep being kind, spreading love to all those around you that you meet. You're going to make a great firefighter, Kim. I just hope that I can make the firefighters who have passed before us proud. I want to leave this world and people better than I found them. You're already doing great things, Kim. Keep going, keep showing up. Not every day will be a good day, but the fact that you're proof of surviving your worst days so far should be enough proof that you will be okay, even if you don't feel like it right now. Past the suck comes the strength and confidence of knowing you have your own back. But you have to struggle to get to the new version of you. Lots of sacrifice, pain, and growth will occur over the next 8 months. But I need you to love the process, love the pain, love the hurt, love the suck, the early mornings, the late nights studying, just to do it all over again. This journey to become the best version of you, this journey to become the best version of who you're meant to be will come with hard days and hard truths, but these days will lead you to the best days of your life. Don't give up hope and faith that better days are coming. Everything is on the other side of pain, struggle, and fear. Don't give up. There's a poem that I want to reflect on and to never forget. And its title is called New Futures. Sometimes you need to let go of the people you love because they do not want the same things as you. As hard as it can be, sometimes you need to decide it's time to let go of one version of your future to give yourself the future you have always imagined and deserved. The people you choose throughout this life aren't always meant for you long term, not because you don't adore them, but because your paths just don't align anymore. And as hard as it is, please don't give up all of who you are or what you have always wanted purely to make a life work for someone else. Don't shrink yourself, hun. Compromise where you can, but never give up on your dreams or your identity to make yourself fit into someone else's idea of a perfect life. Don't betray yourself like that, darling, because you deserve so much more. So that was what I started with, and then I had this whole entire book that I wrote throughout my whole entire academy journey. And my last page in this whole entire book was when I got through my rookie year. So I was deployed fresh out of the academy in, I think it was March or April of 2024. I graduated the Fire Academy in February 2024, and I was deployed over to Jordan in literally less than a month after getting out of the academy. So I didn't really have much time to kind of adjust from the academy life into what it is really meant, like what the career itself of firefighting and EMT is like within our department, and yet alone like get to know my crew and my people well. I was just starting out that foundation, yet alone my rookie book, like it was a lot. It was super overwhelming. And I was trying my best to just keep my head afloat and just keep going and keep going. So I put a lot of pressure on myself in 2024, not just from, the pressure in 2023 of the Fire Academy for 8 months, but in 2024, I, graduated the academy and then I was deployed right out the gate. Got through my deployment. It was a little chaotic. It was great though. I learned a lot. But I will say when you're deployed in an environment where you are constantly questioning your safety and questioning whether or not you can trust anybody, and you're looking over your shoulder constantly, you're always on edge, you're always in fight or flight, and you don't think about those things because you're like, I'm fine. And you're denying the reality of the fact that your safety is always compromised. You have to unravel and unpack all these things. And I wasn't doing that when I came home. I just went right back to life. I came back home, I decompressed for about a month and some change, and that's great, but I felt so lost. I felt like I couldn't relate to anybody. I felt like I was I was very much so in this weird transitional phase of like, what am I doing? Why am I doing that? What is going to help me out, right? I like submerged myself in running outside and listening to podcasts and doing all the things that brought me joy, which I think is what really helped me. But I really needed a community. That's something that I really want to try to shift for our deployers that come home this time through, is building that community. Even if it's like meeting for coffee, even if it's just like taking a walk outside, that is something that I really value. And that's something I wish I had, was not just, hey, look, we're here to talk to you if you want to talk to somebody, you know, here's my therapist's information. No, that's not what is going to help people, you know, because people aren't going to want to talk to you when they're struggling if they're like, they don't think that they can go to you like that, you know. So I just want to build community in a different way. Like, let's just meet every Friday. I don't care if you want to or not. We're meeting every Friday. We're going to go grab coffee. We're going to chat. I don't care if it's about your freaking fish, you know. We're going to go and grab coffee. And we're going to chat about whatever is going on. Whatever is you're experiencing, I don't care. We're going to go walk outside after we get some coffee. Walking and talking is super important. So, yeah, I'm going to do a part 4 of this because this is a lot longer than I anticipated. But I think it's super important and very much so what is filling my own cup is by sharing this too. So stick along for the ride, y'all.